Hey everyone, Greg here. It's been about 1 month since Apple released the 2018 iPad, but is it actually still worth getting? The Wi-Fi iPad comes in two storage options, 32GB for $329 and 128GB for $429. The iPad looks identical to the previous 2017 iPad and the first generation iPad Air, and that's because on the outside, it is. The only difference this year is that we get a new gold color that matches the new gold colors found on the iPhone 8 and the Apple Watch Series 3. The iPad is a very familiar device. There's a front-facing 1.2 megapixel camera, a home button with a first-generation Touch ID, a 2.0 speed Lightning port, and two bottom-firing speakers, as well as a headphone jack that Johnny Ive somehow painstakingly found a way to fit inside this engineering miracle. The 2018 iPad also lacks the smart connector found on the iPad Pro for easily attaching a smart keyboard, although there are plenty of Bluetooth keyboard cases that fit the iPad for as low as $30. Okay, so this iPad isn't a radical design change. It's a tried and true design that is thin enough, light enough, and familiar enough for most people looking for an iPad. Yes, it's not as thin as the iPad Air 2 and the new 10.5-inch iPad Pro. It doesn't have the same radical design like the iPhone X, and it doesn't have a notch, but it gets the job done. Now, as I mentioned in my previous iPad versus iPad Pro comparison, the main thing that people seem to complain about the 2018 iPad is the display. But are the complaints actually warranted? The 2018 iPad has a Retina class display with a resolution of 2048 by 1536 with 264 pixels per inch. Apple's iPad screens have been the gold standard of tablet screens for a while, and while this iPad screen isn't as good as the iPad Pro, you really need a keen eye to spot the differences. After a month, I'm still seeing people complain about the iPad 2018 air gap, and would it be better without it? Yeah, but is it so bad that it's going to hurt your eyes and burn them out of existence? Okay, let me break it down for you. As an owner of the iPad Pro and the 2018 iPad, I can say that the old iPad Air design does have an air gap in the screen, meaning it's not laminated directly to the display as the iPad Pro does. Yes, there is a more noticeable glare in really bright light, and yes, if you look hard, you can notice the display isn't right on top of the screen. However, this is by no means a bad display as people make it out to be. In fact, for the price of $329, this is a fantastic display that will kick the butt off any similarly priced Android tablet, Chromebook, or Windows laptop in its price range. So if you're on the fence about buying the 2018 iPad because of this air gap or the screen display quality, it really isn't an issue. Especially when you consider all the other goodies you're getting in this tablet. And those goodies are good. Apple now lets you use the Apple Pencil with the regular 2018 iPad. This is a fantastic addition for almost anyone who wants to use their tablet as a drawing device, edit photos, mark up documents, or just jot down some simple notes. Latency is measured in as the same first generation iPad Pro, which is 40 milliseconds. This is another feature where I really think you will really only notice it if you are used to the second generation iPad Pro. Is the faster response rate on the iPad Pro nicer? Yes, but for most people, it won't be worth the additional cost, and for most people, they won't really notice or care about the slightly faster input from the pen. Or should I say pencil to paper. Another big boost to this iPad in this generation is the processor bump from the A9 chip to the A10 Fusion chip. Here are the raw numbers. In Geekbench, you're getting a single-core score of 3,533 and a multi-core score of 5,988. That's more processing power than the original iPad Pro. Basic tasks like navigating the interface, browsing the web, and watching video all perform stellar on the 2018 iPad. Over the month, I haven't noticed any significant problems when doing basic day-to-day tasks, which is what this iPad was meant for. The best feature about this iPad for me is actually performance with that A10 Fusion chip. The 2018 iPad handles tasks quickly and can handle just about anything you can throw at it. Exporting a 2-minute 4K iMovie project only took about 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Using apps like Procreate to draw or edit photos in Affinity Photo also works really well. So you have a machine that's capable of editing 4K video, a super portable device that you can edit photos with ease, and an advanced graphics tablet that you can draw some really amazing things on, all for just $329. Now, gaming on the 2018 iPad has been a somewhat requested feature. The most popular type of game these days seem to be these battle royale games like Fortnite, PUBG, and Rules of Survival. In Rules of Survival, you get some pretty decent graphics, textures, and it looks nice overall, but the 2018 iPad does suffer a bit from frame rate drops at certain points, and draw distances can be poor, but this is to be expected on a mobile game. I'm not sure if I can chalk this all up to the iPad's performance or the game developers not updating their game yet for the new 2018 iPad. Fortnite feels a little better optimized for the 2018 iPad. There were still some frame rate drops, but I think the performance of the game was overall better, and the style and overall graphics and frame rate performance was smoother to me. Overall, the experience is good for $329. It should be about the same performance you're getting out of an iPhone 7, considering they're both using the same A10 Fusion chip. After the past month of using this iPad, it just shows me how much more capable this is than a Chromebook or a similarly priced Windows laptop. In fact, one of my favorite things about the iPad is that for only $329 starting price, you're getting a tablet with more processing power than the original iPad Pro. You're getting a chip that can outrival the Intel processors found in the 12-inch MacBook that starts at $1,300. It's one of the best things about the 2018 iPad, and even if you don't need all that extra processing power, you are at least future-proofing yourself for a long time to come. So after 1 month of usage, do I recommend getting the 2018 iPad? Yes, I honestly think that the 2018 iPad represents the current best value for computing in 2018. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to click that like button, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all my content, and let me know what you think about the 2018 iPad in the comments below, and I will see you next time.